Hey y'all, I decided to do my first makeup video. This is a makeup routine, but it's not my daily makeup routine. I do leave a few things out and I apologize. I know I am looking good and crazy, but it's all good. So first I start with my brows and I use the Pears soap. It's a translucent soap and I just use my brush to help me pick up some of that soap to put into my brows. It acts as a brow gel. It seems to last all day too, and I feel like it works a little bit better than actual brow gel. I was trying to figure out how to make my eyebrows look thicker but at the same time fluffier, and this seems to be the most natural solution. So you don't want to get too much soap on your brows. If you do, it's okay. I just wipe it off just a little bit and I let it kind of dry to get a little hard, not too hard, but just a little hard before I go in to fill the brows out with my brow filler. Okay, so to fill in my brows, I like to use Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade. I'll also be sure to share all of the information about all of the makeup products that I'm using today in the description box below. I'll try to add some links if I can, but I'll definitely include all of the color selections that I chose to do this video today. So I'm still filling in my brows. I like to start underneath the brow first. I am obsessed with brows. Sometimes I feel like if the brows are right, you don't really need anything else a lot of times. Brows, mascara, little bit of concealer, and that's it. This isn't my daily routine. I do leave out, like, I don't wear lashes every day, although I do love them. So let's get into these brows. So I'm still filling the brows in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade. I got it from Sephora and I believe I'm using the chocolate color. So I'm just going in and lightly filling in and using the other end of the brush to kind of brush hairs or brush the pomade into the hairs of my eyebrows to try to make them look as thick but as natural as possible. I don't like square brows. I just feel like they look a little strange. So I just want to make sure that I get them nice and full, but at the same time I want them to look natural, sort of like faded in. If I put too much of the brow filler on there, if I feel like it looks a little too dark or chalky, I just flip the brush around and brush it out a little bit so it looks a little bit more like a shadow as opposed to a chunk of brow sitting on my face. Now it's time for me to clean up underneath the brows a little bit. So I use Urban Decay's Stay Naked Concealer to go in underneath the brow. I use a straight brush and just a little bit of concealer to clean up underneath the brow to make sure that, number one, the brows aren't looking too close together, and especially if I need my brows waxed, it's a good way to just make them look a little bit more fresh. After I finish applying the concealer underneath my brows, I go in with my finger and sort of smudge it out a little bit because I don't want it to look too perfect, but I just want them to look clean. So I go in with my finger and just smudge out that concealer a little bit. Now it's time for the foundation. I love this Juvia's foundation. I found it right before the pandemic. I noticed a lot of people talking about it on social media, and I ran to Ulta before quarantine so that I could grab as much makeup so I could have something to do in quarantine. Now, back when we first went into quarantine, I didn't know we were going to be in past 2 weeks, of course, but I love this Juvia foundation. A little bit goes a long way, so I'm probably putting on a little bit too much right here, but I like to apply it on my problem areas first. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation going on, and this is a rule of thumb. When you go to use that brush to blend in your foundation, if you are not making a particular face, your foundation is not going to be applied correctly. These are the faces that you are supposed to be making while you are applying the foundation, so you can make sure it's right. You know what I'm saying? That's just a joke, guys. Why do I make this face? I don't understand, but anyway, whatever. I think it's just my way of making sure I don't miss any spaces on my face or something. I don't know. It's so weird. Am I the only one that makes those faces? So now I'm just going all over my face to make sure that it's all even and I didn't miss any areas. And now it's time to put some concealer under my eyes. I'm using the same concealer under my eyes that I used under my brows to clean my brows up. It's the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. And I'll put the color that I used in the description box below. I like to add a little bit to my forehead and down my chin, my cupid's bow, and the middle of my nose. I like to give myself a little highlight. Okay, so after I finish putting the concealer where I want it, I go to get my sponge and I wet the sponge a little bit and then I just use it to blend in my highlight. After I've blended in my highlight pretty good, then I go in with my contour stick. I got this contour stick from Juvia as well. I'm not sure if it's a concealer stick or a foundation stick, but I've been using it to contour and I love it. I'm not a big fan of contouring all the time because sometimes that contour can make me look a little strong in the face, if you know what I mean. A little bit too masculine. And your girl is not masculine. Okay. Now I'm just going to make sure I've blended in that contour color good enough. I'm patting it into my skin well enough so that you can kind of see the shadow a little bit, but I kind of want it to disappear too. Now I have that contour smudged in and faded in nice. It's kind of shadowy. I'm looking a little slimmer in the face. Now I'm going to use this translucent powder that I got from Juvia as well. I got it from Ulta, but it is from Juvia. And I've been using it to brighten up under my eye area. I just kind of place it there while I go in to put my blush on because I don't want it to disappear completely. So I let it sit there and bake for a little bit. And then I get my blush. The blush I got from Sephora. A little bit of this blush goes a long way. I really like it. It has a little shimmer to it. And I'll share the name of it with you all as well. I almost forgot to contour my nose. I'm using the same contour stick that I used around the perimeter of my face. And I just kind of draw those straight lines down. Who knows? Hopefully I did it right. Now I'm using a brush to sort of blend out that contour line on my nose. I wet the brush a little bit, just a little bit, and started to, it makes it easier to blend the contour to me. And then after I finish blending the contour with the brush, then I go back with my finger just to make sure I got any, if I have any extra or excess contour there. And then I just add the highlight again in the middle of my nose. Then I blend it out with the sponge just a little bit. Now I'm lightly wiping away the powder under my eyes just a little bit. Now I'm using this glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this glow kit. It has 4 different colors in it. And I'll leave the information for the glow kit underneath the description box as well. I got the glow kit from Sephora. I like to put just a little bit on my cheeks, my forehead, my nose, and a little bit on my chin, just to look like, you know, you're being kissed by the sun. Now I'm going to put on my lashes. These magnetic lashes I got off of Amazon. I've already used a few pair in here. Okay, so lashes are done, and now it's time to put on some lipstick. I think I'm going to do a nude lip. I got this lipstick from the beauty supply store. It's by Kiss. I love it. I love matte lipstick, is my favorite, but then it does come out looking a little bit chalky. So I like to put another lipstick on top by Fenty Beauty, and I'll put the color selection in the description bar as well. It has a little bit more pink to it, so my lips don't look, pasty or chalky. But I love a nude lip. And that's it, guys. My face is done. Now it's time to get this hair situated. If you guys are interested in my headband that I wore today, I'll leave the description down below. I got it from fancygoods.com, but I'll leave a link down below. Now it's time for me to get this crazy hair together. If you want to see how I style and blow dry my thin hair to try to make it look thicker, tune in. I will be uploading another video showing you how I style my hair. Thank you guys so much for watching.